What is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the LG Velvet in 2021. So let's go ahead and talk about this phone. We've made a few videos on the Velvet here, and actually let's look at the price right now and see where we at with the Velvet in terms of price wise. So on Amazon, we're sitting at $379 right now, and then that's for a new one, and then $332. Is that also new? Oh, all right. So yeah, so this came down in price as well, like I thought. So the lowest price for this same version that I have, the AT&T version, is $332 right now. So you can see a nice little price drop on the Velvet, and it's still a very good phone. One of the things that stand out on the Velvet is this design. So it's sort of a love-hate design, and I think it depends on which color you get. I got the I wouldn't say the worst color because I do like this color, but as you can see, it's a fingerprint magnet. Like, it picks up fingerprints like crazy, but it's got that beautiful mirror finish that you can literally see yourself in, which is pretty cool. And I think this was LG's most ambitious design. As you can see, they just chose to just go all out from the, the G8s or V60s design. It just sort of has its own unique design with the descending camera setup going on. And yeah, so I really like it. It's a very tall phone, as you can see too. And on our right side, power button. We've also got volume rockers, Google Assistant button, and then down below we also have our headphone jack. No quad DAC, unfortunately. And then we have USB Type-C speakers on this phone as well. And then we come to our display here. So like I said, very tall display on here at 6.8 inches. It's a POLED display. It's 1080p 395 for the PPI. We also have our water drop notch up top here as well. As far as display quality, it's a very good display. It gets very bright, and also it's very colorful, for an OLED display. And again, very big phone. So it's big and tall. So, if you're have smaller hands, this might be a pain to sort of reach. And also remember, there is a dual screen case capability with this phone as well. But as far as the display, it still looks really good, very bright and vibrant. There is one thing that you will notice is that this phone does have a curved display on it to give it that more full screen effect. Now, I don't have an issue with accidental touches on here, so that's never been an issue. But as far as display quality, the phone looks really good. And I love using it for social media and stuff like that. See what we got here. Yeah. Sorry, I've been on cat TikTok. But yeah, social media and stuff, and watching YouTube videos, all of that stuff on here is excellent on this display. So I'm really a big fan of the Velvet's display here. Now, as far as software, on the AT&T version, I have not received the Android 11 update. The Android 11 update has been released. If you have an unlocked version of the Velvet, you probably already have it. Like I said, I don't have it on the AT&T version yet. But yeah, so as far as software experience, it is a very smooth experience with the Velvet UI or whatever. It's great. I haven't had any issue with it. All the stuff that you would expect to be on here is on here. So you have that dual screen setting on here, screen recording, also screen sharing, file sharing, and everything works fast and fluid. I've never had super laggy experience with this phone at all. So you do have micro SD support, 128 gigs of internal storage, and 6 gigs of RAM on here, along with the Snapdragon 765G and Adreno 620 on here. So as far as gaming performance, this phone is going to do pretty good with gaming performance. Obviously, it's not going to do as good as the Snapdragon 865 or an 888. But as far as, just, wanting to casually game on your phone, Call of Duty, PUBG, this phone is going to be able to do that no problem. There's no heating issues on here. And like I said, you have a nice big display on here to take advantage of. You got some very nice stereo speakers on this guy as well. One at the bottom and then your grill up top here. And they still sound great, honestly. So, very loud speakers, whether you're watching videos or whatever. You're going to have a great time, whether you're playing games or whatever the case may be. And again, for the headphone jack, yes, there is no quad DAC, which it's kind of disappointing. It would have been nice that LG throw that quad DAC in there, especially, since they already have the headphone jack in here and they're known for the quad DAC. But as far as like the sound, you do have the LG sound engine, 3D sound engine you can mess with to give you that boost, and then your equalizer and stuff like that. But again, there isn't technically no quad DAC on here. Alright, just to touch on some of the additional features, yes, you have NFC and IP68 dust and water resistant on this phone as well. And also the in-display fingerprint sensor does work. It's not the fastest that I've ever used, but it does work. I've never had like an issue getting into the phone. So that's really good. So again, I would have liked to have a face unlock option on here, but again, it's not a huge deal here. And as far as the camera setup on here, this does take pretty good photos. A triple camera setup, a 48 megapixel standard, 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 5 megapixel depth and 4K video, 16 megapixel selfie camera on here, shoots in 1080p. You get pretty good images on this phone for sure. Very good detail, pretty good color. The color is pretty accurate on here, surprisingly. And yeah, so I've never had an issue with image quality still. I think photos still look really good, especially if you're paying the price of that $300 price point. I think you're getting some really good photos and some pretty good video as well on here. So definitely it takes very good images. I noticed the ultra wide was significantly a little bit weaker than the main lens. Like you kind of notice it. But other than that, it still takes excellent photos. So I had no issue there. Now, battery life on this phone is pretty good. You have a 4,300 milliamp battery. You have wireless charging as well as 25 watt fast charging, so you get pretty good charging speeds. You definitely can get all day battery life with this phone if you're just a regular normal user. But if you're like more tied towards the gamer end, then yeah, you probably will have to charge this phone. But it's fine. For me, I never had an issue because, I'm more of a casual gamer and I'm doing a lot of video on social media and stuff like that. Alright, so is there anything that I don't like about the Velvet? So, again, I've said it, probably in other videos. I think this phone should have the quad DAC for sure. Also, they needed some type of high refresh rate on this phone. I think 90 Hertz would have been really nice just to make the phone experience even smoother. I think that would have been really solid because I don't think we have any LG phone with a high refresh rate. So any type of high refresh rate would have been really nice on this phone. And also, again, this is just, I think the color I got was, even though I really like this color, like it is a pain to shoot on in terms of, just shooting video, but I do like the color on here, this mirror color. But they do have like other little colors on here. Like they got the, I can't even say it right. They got a green color, and then they got the Illusion Sunset, the red, the pink. So I just got like the super fingerprint magnet, so I'm not even going to complain about it. But yeah, that's the Velvet here. Just my updated thoughts on it. It's still a great phone for you guys to pick up if you're interested. It was on LG's list to get the updates. Yeah, so definitely check out the Velvet. I'll have the link down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.